welcome to the Oniichan Power Hour number
3.
Trace.
Yes, number trace.
Number
3.
Trace. Yeah.
Numeral trace.
Every time, what we've done is we've gone over the coming week's events.
We've given you a lot of bad information.
Well, we have given you some bad information, but I think there's a lot of good in there.
There is.
You know, and maybe a wish list for the powers that be.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah. Okay, so again, like every week, we're going to start with Sunday. And Sunday, we've got the Pokemon tournament.
Pokemon tournament.
And as we learned last week, there's more than 3 of them.
More than 3. You still have to catch them all.
That's going to be hard if there's like a lot of them.
Well, there's a lot of them. And like I said, we talked about Charizard and Squirtle, and that's about all I know.
So if Charizard and Squirtle fight each other, do they knock each other out because one of them's water
I would
and one of them's
imagine
fire?
they negate one another, and then
Then what do you do?
I don't know how that's a game, but it is.
You got a Squirtle. It's Charsicle.
Squirtazard or something.
Squirtazard. I like that. That's a new one for you.
He evolved.
You got to catch him now, too.
He evolved, yeah.
All right, no Blood Bowl that day. Well, wait a minute. Let's go back to Pokemon. Pokemon 1:30 registration.
There's a tournament.
There is a tournament at 2:30. That means they get all the Pokies together.
Yes.
And they have a stadium?
This is the stadium. We're in the stadium.
So, wait a minute. This is the back of King's Landing, but it becomes a stadium?
It becomes a Poke Stadium, yes.
Okay. How does that work?
Well, it's all imagination.
Oh, like Barney taught us. It's all imagination. Okay. All right, I got it. All right, that's fine. Hey, everybody to their own imagination.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, now, as we said, no Blood Bowl.
No Blood Bowl. Arr.
And that is, that is because Mr. Hobbendogler is out.
He's
right
away.
now.
He's out, yes.
He's out. He's got some personal stuff he's dealing with, and we wish him all the best. All right, so let's go to
Monday,
which is the second day of the week. According to what religion you are.
Uh-huh.
So it's anime night,
and
we're showing My Neighbor Totoro.
Close enough.
There you go.
All
Close
right,
enough.
there
That's
we
what
go.
We got it. Okay. So I think you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's that big gray cat-looking thing, right? Yeah. There we go.
Oh, I thought maybe it was that little dog in a basket.
No. He's dead.
Not
It's been
Toto?
a lot of years.
Okay.
He's dead.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Look at this. Just in, hot from the
preview.
presses. You can tell because they scratched the thing off
Got
there.
a sticker. I pulled
Yeah, it's
it
got a
off.
sticker that's
The
come off.
games that think stickers, their stickers are off.
Oh, he looks like a rabbit.
Put me on record for saying.
He's a rabbit-looking dude.
Can I
Look
ask
at that.
exactly what he is?
Well, let's see. It says here, critically acclaimed as one of the most delightful and charming family films ever. My Neighbor, insert your own pronunciation there, is a stunning animated treat full of magical adventure from Hayao Miyazaki.
Okay.
Yeah. He's moving new countries. It doesn't say what he. Oh, he's a mysterious forest spirit.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, so I guess he can be whatever he wants him to be.
Yeah. Kind of
That
like
makes
that.
sense.
Like George, right?
Well,
The rabbit. That,
yeah. Was it George?
Was it George?
Ralph. Ralphie?
Okay.
That's the kid who shot his eye out. I don't know who that is.
That's
All right,
a
so
whole other show.
Also on Monday night we've got the ladies' night.
Oh yes.
Big deal with it. Yeah. Oh yes, it's ladies' night.
Yeah.
And they do the typical D&D.
The D&D.
All ladies.
It's again.
They all dress up in period costumes.
Sometimes they do. On special occasions. But
Special
again,
occasions.
if you are interested in getting into D&D, I can't.
Now's the time to do
There's
it.
not a group that's going to be more welcome.
Yeah, they are.
That's
they
a
are
big
ready
deal.
To,
It's doing really
they're
well.
ready to teach you D&D, and I hear they have a really great time up there on Monday nights.
A lot of fun.
Okay, so next one is Tuesday,
X-Wing,
and we have the X-Wing. But again, X-Wing from 5 to 8.
5 to
Okay?
8.
But with no Hobbendogler, we don't know what the mission is.
We haven't been given a mission.
So it's a mystery mission.
Mystery mission.
Is that kind of like the mystery ship? Wasn't that a song?
Yeah. Captain.
Captain?
Captain. My captain.
That
right?
goes back to the island, kind of, doesn't it? A little bit. Okay, so we don't know what the mission is. We're thinking maybe 5.
Mission number 5.
I think last week was 4. 5, I think, is the mission where they kind of splinter off and go their own way.
And you may
Yeah.
have to sleep in like a tauntaun or something, right?
Right. They split open a tauntaun. They climb up Mount Hordor, Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
something like that.
they jump into the fires of
Mount Mordor.
Lake Minnesota. Or
Okay,
something.
yeah.
I don't know what it is.
They
but
all go to summer camp.
Sounds good. Yeah,
it's
summer camp.
X-wing summer camp mission.
And
is what
you know
we're
what it
doing.
is? They learn a lesson.
They do at the end.
They all
Yeah.
learn a lesson. All right, Wednesday. We're on Wednesday. Yeah. So we've got the Adventurers League
Adventure
at
League's
6:30.
again.
I've been told that is 5th edition D&D.
That was another
And
thing.
you know what? Here's the deal. I was told also it's not these guys we've been referring to. It's a whole different thing. Right?
Okay.
It's not these guys. It's the Adventurers League.
I think they do eventually.
Okay. Well, it is. Well,
These
I
are the
was-
Adventurers League.
Sunday is a different one. Sunday is Pathfinder Society.
Sunday is Pathfinder Society. Okay. Well, that's a whole different thing. Is that the kids?
No.
No
we don't do
kids.
kids. That was summer.
No more kids.
No more kids.
Okay. No more kids. No more kids in the D&D.
Summers.
Something went
Kids will be
wrong.
back.
They're not
Kids
doing that
will.
anymore.
There's
They
a
can't-
movie about that. There was no more kids.
Yeah. Well,
And-
that was Son of Man or something.
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Or was that the one with Tom Hanks where he was in that little cave under the thing and his mom got real mad because he was doing the D&D?
No, that's a whole other
That's
one.
a different one?
That's a different one
Okay.
too.
All right, so we got the Adventurers League.
Fifth edition.
6:30, 5th edition D&D.
And that is important.
And D&D
I-
is Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, both.
Okay. And then I noticed that on the list that you see back here, once again, what's not on there?
Well, the Oniichan.
Yeah, the guys that are sitting here telling you about it, we're
That
not on
had
the
the
list.
power
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah.
But we used to be prominent.
We used to be from, you know, if you come in here on Wednesday night, we'll tell you stories of our faded glory.
Uh-huh.
It'll just curl your bell-bottom
We
jeans.
sit around the fire and yeah.
Yeah.
Wax.
Yeah. We turn this into our own Pokemon stadium.
Yeah.
And we just tell stories all night.
Stadium of
That's
Tears
pretty much
is
what it is.
what it is,
Stadium
yeah.
of Tears. That's right. Okay, so I know this is really only our third one
Uh-huh.
that we've done, but this is unprecedented. Thursday night.
I see this as more of a challenge to the
It
audience.
is a challenge to the audience. That's right. So I've been told, with the Hobbendoggler being out, there's really nothing special on the docket for Thursday.
There's nothing listed.
There's literally no rocking with docking on Thursday.
No, it's just empty, wide
Right.
open.
So we are challenging you to come up with something for Thursday night. So we're thinking. Well, we threw some irons in the fire earlier, and we thought maybe Juggalos.
Yeah.
All Juggalos get free entry.
yeah, Juggalo
right?
Thursday, we're thinking.
Juggalo Thursday, or we thought since we said maybe jugglers,
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 trapeze artists, acrobat.
Those guys that get in the little boxes. Contortionists.
That's
there you
it.
go.
Yeah,
That's
if
it.
we-
Yeah.
if we had
Peanut
any-
gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Contortionist Thursday.
Oh,
How
that's
great would
it.
that be? You know, there's not a whole lot of room back here, and I know that there's been talks of getting more room, but how many contortionists do you think
Could
you
you
could
fit
fit
in
in
this
this area?
space? Yeah.
You
I
just
mean-
pile them right on top of each other, you could get thousands.
That's a
in here.
challenge. I mean,
Yeah, it'd be like Ocean's 45 or something. They're just
Uh-huh.
piling in here, popping out of
we'll
things.
put two of them in here.
Yeah, they'll fit in there. That
Yeah.
little round guys. Yeah, they just get right in there. Okay, so Thursday is up to you, folks. You make it what you want to
Make it happen.
Dreams can happen right here on Thursday night. All right, so let's move to Friday. Again, Friday is a big deal. We got the Friday Night Magic normally,
Yes.
but this Friday we've got a draft.
You guys are on the board for Wednesdays.
All
Oh,
right.
look at that!
You made it up.
Woo!
Well, here's the thing. This Friday,
What is it? High flying,
Freewheeling?
freewheeling, high flying. What's the? All I can think of is Rob Lowe, and that's not it. What's the what's the wrestler? The guy, the man.
Squad?
No, I don't think that's it.
Okay.
All right, so Friday, we normally have the Friday Night Magic. This Friday, we have the draft
Yes.
of the unstable.
Yes, we've asked that anybody with a wand or a rabbit
Yeah,
or a
wands,
cape not
rabbits,
show up.
hats, doves. Don't
Doves,
bring those
the
doves
doves.
in here.
They cry.
Bad things happen.
They cry.
When doves cry, bad
Yeah.
things happen. So no doves.
This is actual Magic, the card game.
It's Magic the Gathering, the card
Card
game.
game.
Not Magic pull stuff out of a hat and go to die. And I know last week we had a lot of magicians' assistants show up, lying out the door. They were looking
Yeah,
for jobs.
a lot of
Apparently,
times-
there's been a downturn in that industry. They're not getting jobs like they used to.
Yeah, you
I'm just
got-
saying, this Friday we're making it very clear: no magicians,
No.
magicians' assistants.
Just magic.
Yeah, none of those people that like to get their legs cut off in the boxes.
No.
None of that. Okay. All right, so this is unstable, is what I've been told.
Yes, it's a draft. So you're going to buy packs.
Well, our buddy says that unstable is a satirical set. What
Okay.
what does that mean?
Well, I'm sure
It's
it's
funny.
just it's a play on the regular cards. Is what I'm assuming.
So I'm thinking you already got to know what you're dealing with here if you're going to go and buy some satire
And
magic cards.
put a deck together that works within that realm.
So what would be a satirical Magic the Gathering? Because I think a regular Magic the Gathering card is just like a dragon eating a bunny or something, right?
Okay.
And maybe he's got the golden eyes.
Maybe the
or
bunny's
something.
eating the dragon.
Oh, that is satirical.
Yeah.
Ironic, maybe.
How does a bunny eat a dragon?
One bite at a time.
That's all you can do.
That's all
Yeah.
you can do. That's it. Okay, so we've got the Magic the Gathering draft of the unstable satirical set at 6:30 that
6:30.
evening. So that's Friday. And then we end the week, as we do every week, with Saturday Yu-Gi-Oh! But this Saturday will be a Yu-Gi tournament. The registration starts at 5 and the tournament starts at 6 o'clock.
Be here on time. Get registered.
Yeah, if you don't get here on time, you can't tell the players. You don't know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Table.
I don't like it when Roger gets angry.
No, you won't like it when Roger gets angry, and you don't
So
want to
get
make
here
Roger.
on time.
Yeah, be here on time. Get yourself registered. Get that stuff done. So registration's at 5. It starts at 6. It's a fun time for everybody, except magicians.
Yes, they're out.
No
this week.
magicians. Yeah. All right, I think that's it, buddy.
Yeah, I think
We're
that's it.
done.
We covered
Oh, wait
it.
a minute. We wanted to talk about stuff we're doing.
Okay.
Since we don't really get the billing, we want to mention a couple of things that are going on with us. So we did, and I think you guys have seen this because a lot of people up here helped us with it, especially Roger and the folks up here. We did Burger Time, the card game. Mm-hmm. It has been overseas being printed, being designed, being magified.
Along with.
That's copyright pending. Mm-hmm. And they are shipping from Far East next week, is what I've been told.
All right.
So very, very soon.
They're getting here quick.
So we got Burger Time, the card game coming, and we've got
Derby Dragons.
Derby Dragons coming with the same shipment. So keep an eye out for those. We'll be talking about them as we go through this thing. But we'd like to thank King's Landing for letting us be here and letting us be the idiots that we are.
Yeah.
I'm here at King's Landing enjoying some Butter My Biscuit
Low balling.
and a PBT salad, baby.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.
It's like pimento, bacon, tomato, and you know, I think it's time that I partake. So, it's time to get hood with it. See this? This is sexiness. This is succulent right here. This beautiful leafy green veggies and this bacon right here. Perfection. This right here just crumbles and just melts in your mouth, baby. And then you got some pimento. I ain't never had pimento before. We in the hood, we don't get pimento. Y'all should definitely come down here and try this. This thing tastes like Butter My Biscuits. I mean, the dressing is amazing.
Is that a Butter My Biscuit? Can I have it?
Who you think you is?
A chick from Hood?
You? White people in the what?
Oh, you Jacker Biscuit, fool!
Well, apparently my Butter My Biscuit got buttermilk biscuited. But this right here is one reason to come down to King's Landing. This bacon, just like butter.
So I'm Mike. This is Greg. We are here to talk about the Magic the Gathering Unstable release on Friday.
That's right.
So I don't know what it is.
All right. I've been a fan of Magic the Gathering for a while, and they used to have a thing called Unglued. It was a variant on the game.
Okay.
Exact same premise, the same kind of rule sets. The only problem is that the different kinds of abilities in the cards were off the wall. Some
Okay.
cards would make you eat the card if you lost it. Some cards would make you do something silly like pat your head and rub your belly. A lot of them were like King's Cup. If you ever played King's Cup, it's like those kind of rules.
Don't know what that is.
It's somewhat of a meta game where someone has to you draw a card and everyone has to talk in rhymes or they take damage.
Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah.
Or after
So it turns Magic into more of like a party game almost.
Magic is typically has a lot of rule sets that are mechanically set up to be like a elaborate chess game. And
Okay, that makes sense.
These completely blow that out of the water. It is a kind of bizarro version of it. And if you ever go to a tournament, if you ever go to like people who like to play it seriously, they more than likely than not will not let you play. And if you show them an unglued card in your deck, they'll make you leave.
Really?
It's something of a bad stigma
Okay.
amongst the serious.
So it's
game
the
players.
back alley players kind
Yeah.
of thing. It's the underground.
Yeah, if you want to have an official tournament and just want some just wild and crazy type of interactions, that's the ones to go with. This new deck sounds like it's got a lot of interesting stuff in it, but in general, be prepared if you're going to play this game to have a lot of people stand up and say, no, wait, let's not do that.
Okay.
Let's try to do it this way, because when you end up having rules that make you set your deck on fire, or make you leave the party, and,
Yeah.
some of the cards will have you call your mother, and
Really?
yeah, it's some very meta
Wow, that's
out
not
of game
bad.
stuff.
Yeah.
And the decks themselves, they all have this kind of story to them.
Okay.
In Unglued, I believe it was all about sheep.
Sheep,
And some
not goats.
no, goats are disgusting creatures. Nobody
Okay.
likes goats. Slither were a big thing in a few decks, and some people play with only
What's a
goblins.
slither? What are you talking about?
It is this little worm-looking creature with,
Okay.
with talons, like a. If you could imagine the ghost of a praying mantis.
Ah, okay.
A praying mantis with a Casper belly at the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's what a slither is. And
Okay.
in Magic, a big component of the game is to have cards that only enhance the powers of other types. So
Right.
if I have an elf deck, I have elves everywhere.
Okay.
I can have an enchantment that makes
You
every
gotta
elf.
get an exterminator if you have elves everywhere.
Well, they're a little harder than roaches, but yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
might
got
you might need some.
They talk back.
Yeah, and they fire arrows. So
Yeah, ooh,
there's
that's
that.
tough. Yeah, that's bad.
But you'd have an enchantment that would say give elves all +1 attack.
Okay.
And some people play with giants or eagles or angels or what have
Right,
you.
right.
The unglued deck, for some reason, loves goblins because goblins are just a mess.
Mm-hmm.
But also there was a big deal about sheep and asses. There was
Sheep and asses.
there was a whole series in the Unglued of jackass, dumbass, smartass,
Okay.
big ass,
Something
Fat
like
ass,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, got it.
and
Got it.
they all had their own kind of deal. Expect to find the kind of cards that you wished you could play, that you would love to, because they're going to be all overpowered.
Okay.
If they're any good.
Okay.
And then expect to put them away somewhere and show people and have almost no chance to play them.
Just don't ever play them again.
Unless you have some cool friends.
There you go.
If you have some friends that like to have just a good old time and don't mind about getting stomped in the second round, or
Yeah.
or having the game turn into a
Just
very,
a melee.
Yeah, almost deconstructive version of Magic.
That's a good way to put it, I think.
Where you're almost not playing the card game anymore.
Yeah.
But then once that card's out of play, everything's back to normal.
Right.
If any D&D fans are out there, it's very similar to Wild Magic,
Oh,
where you can roll anything and then there's a huge list of options. You might blow a lightning bolt out of the sky. You might turn into a sheep.
okay, okay.
It's
So this is a no holds barred kind of just crazy action with weird off the wall type abilities and actions.
yeah. Imagine
So
an ad-lib Magic.
okay,
Yeah,
I got
it's
you.
a lot like
That's a
that.
good way to put it. Yeah. So it's ad libs for Magic.
I'm
basically.
personally excited about them because
you go.
if there's one thing I love about Magic the Gathering overall things, and I might be in the minority with this, it's the art. The
art
art
is nice,
styles
yeah.
are just
Art is very
astounding.
nice. Yeah.
And
And he's
whenever,
an artist, so take it from him.
technically,
Yeah.
technically yes.
Well,
And
technically or otherwise, you're still an artist.
I have put pencil to paper.
Yeah,
a couple
that's all that
times.
counts. Yeah.
And what I love is I love the way that they just let the reins loose on the artist.
Yeah.
And some of those cards in the Unglued had just jokes within jokes within jokes
That's
inside
awesome.
of them. There
That's
was
awesome.
there was one of the cards I remember very clearly, and it was any individual, any card that had an artist of your choosing in it gets destroyed. So if there was a famous artist, if you knew the artist of a card that was in someone else's hand, or if you were just lucky, you could drop that card down, and any card in the game that was painted by that artist is gone.
Wow.
It's just gone. It's super. Those are the kind of super powerful.
That's really cool, though, to give the artist a play in the game.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Well, and not only that, but you look at the art style once again, and it's this wizard, but he's looking over, and the card was called like college arts teacher.
Oh, okay.
Like
All
and
right.
it's this wizard, and he's looking over all these artists that are just hunched down with shackles around their legs, like they're prisoners, and they're all drawing orcs or drawing elves or something on these papers, and he's got this stick that's glowing. You know, and on the backboard, there's all these little kind of like fourth wall breaking,
That's
things,
awesome.
like women don't wear armor, it have all these.
That's fantastic.
These little, these little in
That
jokes.
sounds great, and I don't even play Magic, but that sounds cool.
Yeah, and that's one of the things you could when you have the Magic cards, they really don't even have to be something you play with a lot of
Right,
times.
right.
I had more than enough Magic cards that I could not fit into a deck,
Right.
but they were so much fun just to have with them.
Yeah,
God,
I got
look
you.
at that thing, you know?
Well, I think it becomes that at a certain point. You kind of show off your portfolio of cards, right?
Yeah, right?
Okay. All right. So when they say that they're going to have a draft here on Friday night, what does that mean?
The draft means that if your number's chosen, you have to report to your local army headquarters and then receive your gear. We'll be sending you out somewhere. Kiss your
Good
mom
stuff.
goodbye.
There you go. There you go. Look forward to that Friday night. So I'm thinking that just means they pass around the packs, and you get the pack, and you can build your deck and stuff like that.
I
right?
think what it means is you're not going to be able to find these just in Target. You can find Magic the Gathering cards out in Walmart. You can find them in some game stores, but
this is going to be like one of those places you're going to get them first.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to get them hot off the presses, kind
they're
of
going
thing.
to go first. There's probably going to be some sort of games coming here that where they're going to be trying them out.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have a chance to get them first.
I would think there's a tournament of some sort that'll be going on, whatever. Yeah.
And there will be raging. There will be raging because that's what
There will be raging because sheep.
mostly because of sheep.
Because sheep.
Mostly because someone's going to make you not only just cast silence on your creature, but cast silence on you.
Yeah.
So you have to shut up for the rest of the game.
That sounds awesome, though. I think it's great. All right, so Friday night, Magic the Gathering draft of Unstable.
Yes, sir.
All right, look for it.
You know you got nothing better to do.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Josh, and I'm here with Joel for the Oniichan Power Hour. Oniichan Power! Yeah, so today we're actually going to be talking about, talking to you, Joel. So, you're a local artist, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Okay, so that being said, what kind of projects do you have going on? What are you involved with here in the Waco area?
Well, I'm actually an art teacher at Waco High.
Okay.
I'm also a practice artist. Got into art teaching via graphic design. I used to be a graphic designer for British Petroleum. And then lovely Enron and 9/11 happened, and had to sit there and try to go find other things to do.
Yeah, kind of reevaluate from there.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I started teaching art in Waco ISD about 16 years ago.
16 years ago, wow.
And since then, I've been part of various local groups around town. One of the groups is the Hard Texas Autism Network, which I was on the board for.
Wow, okay.
And then also the Central Texas Artists Collective, which is CTAC, which is a local art group here in town that promotes arts. And we currently, I'm going to get my pitch, we currently have some shows going on a monthly basis over at Bear Arms Brewery.
Oh, wow,
And we're just finished up a Marvel vs. DC show that's going to close December 8th. And then December 9th, we're actually opening a brand new show, which is going to be a fan art for Star Wars. And that's what this is.
Good deal. And as you guys can see here, it's Snoke right here. And actually, how did you do this?
Okay, that's basically canvas. And I used a pen that's not water, or excuse me, it's not smudge proof. And so I sketched the idea out first, and then basically used my finger to smudge around and move the pigmentation around on the canvas. And then I came back with a Faber-Castell permanent marker and started putting in some details.
Man, that's awesome. Good deal. Okay, so in that case, how long have you been in art for? Actually, I mean, ever since you were a kid, did you just pick it up on the whim, in high school, or was it like college?
Well,
You were working as a janitor and you went in there and solved some crazy problem with math or something?
no Matt Damon here. But I basically, ever since I can remember, I like to doodle and sketch. And so in middle school, I took an art class and didn't really get what I wanted out of it, so didn't really pursue it in middle school. And then in high school, I took another art class, and again, it really wasn't. It wasn't letting me explore what I wanted to explore. So I continued to doodle and sketch and do stuff on my own until my senior year in high school. I saw this video on the guy that created the logo for Apple Computer.
Oh, wow.
And I saw that this guy made $100,000 for that little bitty apple that everybody knows about. And that's back in 1976. And I went, and then they followed it up with and said, this is the cheapest corporate identity done to date for a corporation of this size. And I went, I can do that. So my uncle basically has 2 Masters of Fine Arts. And so art definitely ran in the family. My mother liked to sketch and draw a lot. So when I went to school, I said I wanted to go for graphic design. Well, the school I went to did not have a graphic design program. They had an art program. And so I talked to my uncle and I said, what do I need to know? And he says, well, get your drawing skills. He goes, it doesn't matter what venue of art you go into. If you have basic drawing skills and you understand composition, you understand the elements and principles of art, he goes, you can transform that in any art career, period. And so I just started taking as many art classes as I could. And meanwhile, I was telling all my professors that I wanted to be a graphic designer. And so after my sophomore year, they said, well, we're going to do a pilot project, and we're going to let you basically customize your graphic design degree.
Oh, wow.
And I went, okay. So I did that, and then I ended up joining the military.
Oh, really? What branch?
Army.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you for your service.
Thank you. So I did Army, and when I was in the military, everybody would find out that I could draw, so I started doing tattoos for people. And
Nice.
so I started doing, a little extra side money, drawing, sketching out ideas for people. And so there's probably a few hundred people around the world that actually have my art permanently on their body.
Man, well, actually, that being said, if any of you guys are watching this, you have any of his work on your body, send it to us. We'd love to see that. That'd be awesome. That's really cool. Actually, I had an art teacher. He himself was I think he was in the Air Force. He was like he had his art skills had actually gotten put out there too. And so they made him do little designs and things like that for the military. Did the military ever use you for that?
Yeah, I've actually done on about 2 different bases. I've actually done murals on those bases. So there's some of my artwork permanently on display at Fort Hood. And there's some of my artwork permanently on display over in Sinai, Egypt.
Wow, awesome, good deal. So yeah, there you go. If you guys are ever in Fort Hood or Sinai, Egypt, boom, there you go. Check that out. It's awesome, man.
So from there, I got out of the military, got my associates in graphic design from Del Mar College down in Corpus Christi. Then I ended up transferring to Sam Houston State, which is in Huntsville.
Okay.
And finished up getting my Bachelor of Fine Arts from Sam Houston State. And like a lot of graphic design programs, they don't encourage the art side as much. But Sam Houston State forces you to take figure drawing and life drawing and painting and all the courses that you need to actually just have a fine arts on top of your graphic design. So I was able to sharpen up some of my skills, continuing to practice, which I'm very, very thankful for.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So from there, I went to work for British Petroleum, and I was a graphic designer for them for a little over a year.
Really? Wow.
And then in on 9/11 happened. So that again led me to pursue another career. And my father was in education, so he was here in Waco at Region 12, and he said, "Well, why don't you try teaching?" He goes, "You love to coach." And when I was younger, I coached swimming, so I was like, "Okay, I'll give it a try." Came here, like I said, 16 years ago, and started teaching middle school and fell in love with it.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So you've only stuck with the middle school as far as teaching? Like, have you gone elementary or high school? Or?
Never done elementary, other than small groups where I've gone and taught, little special seminars and stuff for small groups of elementary school students. But I did middle school for 11 years. Then about 5 years ago, my fine arts director came to me and he goes, "How would you like to teach high school?" And I was like, "I would very much like to teach high school." And so he brought me up to Waco High, and we actually restarted the AP program at Waco High, and we hadn't had any passing scores for a very, very long time. And my first year, I was able to get 3 students to pass the AP exam, which is pretty hard to do.
Yeah, considering the fact that you hadn't had any up until that point, that's really good.
And then last year, we had 100% pass of our AP drawing program.
Wow.
And then we had 50% pass of my 2D design program for AP. So
Oh wow.
that was pretty cool.
Congrats, that's awesome.
Thank you.
That definitely shows some skill and progress right there, and some definitely passion for sure. So that being said, as far as which medium do you prefer the most? Do you prefer the drawing aspect of things, or is it the design aspect? What's your favorite kind of piece to do?
Well, if you would have asked me 16 years ago, I would have told you computer graphics, hands down, because that's what I was formally trained in.
Yeah.
I loved Photoshop, I loved Illustrator, I loved freehand. Those were my bread and butter, and that's what I did for a very, very long time. But since I've been teaching, and like I said, getting back to basics, and I have to teach everything. So I absolutely love that about my job. Is I get to draw one day, I get to paint the next day, I get to sculpt the day after that. I get to constantly look at different avenues and what's the new and up-and-coming forms of creation. I was just sharing with Mike earlier, talking about acrylic pour. Acrylic pour is where you take acrylic paint, a chemical called Floetrol, and silicone oil. You mix them all together and you pour all these combined paints into one single cup, and you literally take that cup and you put it onto a canvas upside down. You flip the cup, you lift up the cup, and it literally just pours out. And because of the silicone oil and the Floetrol, it actually does like a marbling effect. It creates these really, really cool cells, and so I started doing that for the first time about 4 days ago.
Wow, really?
And the results have been pretty amazing. I'm very happy with it.
Man, yeah, I'd definitely love to see some of that work. That sounds amazing to me. Man, good deal. Well, yeah, I would definitely like to say thank you so much for teaching, because actually I did art for all 4 years of high school. Love art. So anytime get to meet another art teacher, it's just always great. So yeah, definitely thank you for that. So what's the deal with huge fan of Star Wars? Is that correct?
Yeah. I'm a Star Wars fanatic. Like I said, for the show coming up at Bear Arms is Star Wars December 9th.
Yeah.
And so far I've knocked out Snoke, I've knocked out, I did a compilation of Darth Vader, Yoda, TIE Fighter, an X-Wing, and Cloud City. I did another, I did about 15 of these little dog tags of all Star Wars related. So I did BB-8, I did Vader, I did Kylo Ren, I did Chewbacca, let's see here, I did the robot from Rogue One.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, jeez.
Right?
Yeah, he was hilarious too. I can't think of his name.
Right? It's some letter combination number.
Oh, jeez. It was
like D2.
Hey, real quick, who was the assassin robot that got turned over to become a good guy in Rogue One? Oh, get out of here.
K2SO?
Yes, K2SO. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
So I did a little K2SO.
Thank you.
Of course, like I said, I did the BB-8. I did R2. I did the Rebel flagship that you see at the end of Empire. It's also at the beginning of Jedi.
Okay.
And then I also did a full-blown big one of the Rebel flagship.
Oh, wow.
So I haven't decided whether I'm going to do this one, the compilation of all the characters, or the ship, which I'm going to enter into the show because they're only allowing 25 entries, I think. And so
Really?
there's about 15 to 20 people that said they were interested. So I don't want to, bogart the entire show to myself.
Yeah.
So if there's room, I might have a couple pieces. If there's not, I've got to narrow it down to which one I'm going to put in.
Favorite one.
And then, like I said, all the dog tags I'm going to have up at the show for people to, take a memento away from the show.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good deal. And what dates are that show again?
It's December 9th. It's the quarter annual Bear Arms Fest.
All right.
So they're going to put it all together. In fact, they're made a special brew specifically for the show.
Really? Wow. That's awesome. How'd you actually get involved with Bear Arms then? That's a local brewing company for beer.
Right.
So, yeah.
There's like I said, there's a side niche of CTAC with Josh Bueno and Danny Flores.
There we go.
And
Talk about them in a minute because that's
right. And various other artists that are a member of the CTAC drawing. And what we did is we started here about a year ago. We started a little drink and draw. So we invite local artists or just people that want to learn, people that want to hang out and sit there and just draw. And you don't have to drink adult beverages. You can actually drink Sprite or Dr. Pepper or coffee.
They got some big right up there too.
There you go.
There you go.
We started here, and we get together on a Saturday evening from 6 to 9 o'clock.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we just all just share ideas and bounce ideas off each other and just draw and just have a good time, enjoying sharing ideas and techniques that we picked up along the way, also products that we use. And so it got so popular that I'm going to say 3 months ago, we just did our first second monthly, so we were doing it once a month here, and we decided to make it a bi-monthly event, and we did one over at Bear Arms and one over here.
Good
So
place to do it. Bear Arms, yeah.
they saw our work and they were like, how would you like to do shows for us? We're about to knock out a wall and sit there and have a whole another room over there, and we said sure. And so our first event that we had there was the Marvel versus DC.
Oh, wow.
So that was to commemorate that Justice League and Thor Ragnarok came out within the same month.
Yeah.
And so we each picked a DC character and each picked a Marvel character, and we made artwork that showed those two coming together. And so over there right now I have a Spider-Man and Deathstroke. So Spider-Man being Marvel, Deathstroke being DC.
There we go.
And then I have a Captain America Batman. So Captain America being Marvel, Batman being DC.
That's a good fight too. That'd be a good fight for sure.
And then the latest one that I did, because those were part of the first time we did the Marvel versus DC last year. So we brought those back, and then for this year I redid Sue Storm and Catwoman. Or Selena Kyle. So,
Yeah, Selena Kyle. Yeah,
so Catwoman and
Black
and,
Cat. Black Cat. There we go. Nice.
So put those together, and so those three pieces are in the show. And so when that comes down, like I said, I'll put up at least one and maybe another three pieces. We'll see.
Yeah, that's awesome. So all of your work is it involved in these competitions right now, or is it like for auction, for sale? Like how are you doing? What are you doing with your work exactly?
Well, I'm extremely prolific, so I make a lot of art, and right now I probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of a couple thousand pieces, and especially because a lot of my stuff is digital from early on. I don't ever lose the digital file, so I can replicate that and reproduce that all I want. I have pieces that are up on display up in the Dallas area, and a couple galleries up there. I have my own website where I sell my artwork, and then
What's your website, real quick?
my website is. Oh, you would ask me that.
Don't even know your own website.
Go to the Waco Chamber of Commerce and to the Creative Waco, and under Creative Waco you go under Visual Artist, and actually my artwork is the icon for the Visual Artist link off of the Creative Waco website.
Wow,
So
there
that'll
you
give you
go.
my website address. It's one of those free ones that's got weird extra stuff in there, and that's the reason I don't have it on top of my head.
There you go. It's free, so you got to be accepted. Good deal. All right, yeah.
So I've been, I'm actually doing some commission pieces right now. One of the pieces I'm doing is a friend of mine, her boyfriend calls her Catwoman, and so I'm actually doing her as Catwoman.
Very nice.
And
Very nice.
then another piece that I'm actually doing for commission is one of the Star Wars pieces, because somebody that saw my DC work asked for me to do them a Yoda piece. And so
Perfect.
I'm
Wow,
actually working
good
on that.
deal. So, actually, that being said, so you do commission work? Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. So, Joel right here does commission work. If anyone wants anything, so yeah, you can see some of his work here. Do you have any work in your doodle pad yet?
I don't. Most of my stuff is on my phone, and it probably wouldn't show up real good on video, but if you want me to give you some stills to add later on to the video,
There we go,
I will
yeah.
definitely give you some stills.
All right, good deal. Sounds good. Sounds good. And then, okay, when is the event again?
December 9th.
December 9th.
It'll be the entire month of December, and like I said, at Bear Arms Brewery, which is usually open, I believe, from like 12 to 8 o'clock ish every day.
All right, good deal. Thank you so much for being here on the Oniichan Power Hour, Joel. Appreciate
very
that.
much.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, guys. All right.